Welcome to 2025, the year the math finally stopped making sense. For the last 3 years, you've been told the economy is recovering. You've been told unemployment is low and that inflation is cooling down. But if that's true, why do you feel broke? Why does a 6-figure salary in 2025 feel like a minimum wage struggle from a decade ago? Here is the uncomfortable truth that the news won't tell you. The economy isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended. But it's not working for everyone. We are witnessing the death of the middle class, not a slow decline, but a violent snap. In 2025, we have officially entered the K-shaped reality. If you were on the top branch, you were getting richer faster than any time in history. But if you are on the bottom branch, living solely on a paycheck, you aren't just stagnant. You are being crushed. Stick around, because I'm going to show you the data that proves why, if you are trading time for money right now, you've become 20% poorer without even realizing it. Let's cut the noise. What is a K-shaped economy? Imagine a ladder. In the past, when the economy grew, everyone climbed up a rung or two. The CEO bought a yacht, sure, but the worker bought a new truck. That was the deal. But in 2025, the ladder snapped. The K-shape means the economy has split into 2 completely different directions based on one single factor. Do you own assets or do you own a job? Look, if you own a job, you are losing. Why? Because the cost of living hasn't just risen, it has fundamentally repriced your existence. Housing, energy, insurance, the things you actually need to survive have detached from reality. This isn't an accident. It is a feature of the monetary system. Welcome to the Fiscal Axiom, and in this video, we are going to break down the engines destroying the middle class right now. Let's talk about the lie of the pay raise. Let's say you're doing well. You're a professional. Maybe you make $100,000 a year. 10 years ago, that was the golden ticket. You were rich. But honestly, in 2025, $100,000 is the new $60,000. Here is the math that keeps you up at night. Since 2020, cumulative inflation is officially high, but that's the government number. And we all know the CPI is a basket of goods that nobody actually buys.
When you factor in the big 3, housing, energy, and insurance, your purchasing power has collapsed. If your boss gave you a 3% raise this year and real inflation is running higher, you didn't get a raise. You took a pay cut. You are working harder for longer hours to buy less. This is what economists call money illusion. You see a bigger number on your paycheck, so you think you're winning, right? But when you go to swipe your card, the transaction hurts. That pain, that is the bottom leg of the K-shape. In 2025, you cannot save your way to wealth anymore. If you are putting cash into a savings account yielding 4%, while the street inflation is 8%, your savings are literally melting. You are the frog in the boiling water, and the heat just got turned up. But while your savings are melting, look at what's happening on the other side of the wall. Look at the top of the K. This is where the anger sets in. Because while you are budgeting for eggs, the asset holding class is having the best year of their lives. In 2025, we are seeing a phenomenon called asset inflation. You see, all that money the government printed over the last few years, it didn't disappear. It had to go somewhere. It didn't go into your wages. It flowed directly into assets. Real estate prices aren't high because the houses are better. They are high because the dollar is worth less, and wealthy investors are parking their cash in physical assets to hide from inflation. They are buying the neighborhood you can't afford to rent in. This is the brutal reality. The rich do not work for money. They own things that inflate. If you own stocks or real estate in the last 2 years, your net worth went up while you slept. You didn't work an extra hour. You just stood on the right side of the K-shape. The system is designed to reward ownership and punish work. In 2025, if you don't own a piece of the machine, You are just fuel for it. And now, we have to talk about the accelerant, the thing that makes 2025 different from any other economic cycle: artificial intelligence.
For the corporate elite, the top of the K, AI is a miracle. It drives record margins. Why hire a team of 10 people when one person with an AI subscription can do the work? Costs go down, stock prices go up. But for the middle class, AI is the wage suppressor. It's not that the robots are coming to kill you, it's that they are devaluing your leverage. You can't ask for a 20% raise to match inflation when your boss knows a software program can do 80% of your job for pennies. This widens the gap. The capital owners get all the efficiency gains from AI. The workers get wage stagnation and fear. The economy is booming for the shareholders, but it is bleeding for the stakeholders. So, is it over? Is the middle class dead? Yes. The old version of the middle class, where you work 9 to 5, save 10%, and retire at 65, is dead, buried, gone. But look, you are still here, and you have a choice. You can stay angry at the system, or you can learn to play by the new rules. Rule number 1, you must become an owner. Even if it's $50 a month, you have to move your money from cash, which is dying, into assets, which are living. You need to be on the elevator, not the stairs. Rule number 2, leverage AI, don't fight it. Become the person who operates the machine, not the person the machine replaces. The K-shaped separation is happening whether you like it or not. The gap is widening. The bridge is burning. You need to decide right now. Are you going to cling to the bottom branch and hope the government saves you? Or are you going to claw your way to the top? I know which side I'm choosing. If you want to learn how to navigate this new economy, hit that subscribe button. We are going to survive this wealth transfer together. I'll see you in the next one.